Today we'll be talking about the Vision Pro Emergency Call System, sometimes referred to as the Call Light System. As a caregiver for the Lutheran Senior Services community, you play the most important role in this life safety system. When you are a caregiver, you know that every day you will touch a life or a life will touch yours. An anonymous quote. In this course, we'll cover 10 topics related to the Vision Pro system. Please listen carefully because you will be directed to a 10-question quiz at the end of this presentation. So we begin with the most basic question. What is Vision Pro anyway? Vision Pro is an emergency call system that allows a resident to call for help using a pull cord, bath station, or pendant. That very first press of the button sets off a series of events. The moment that the resident presses the call light button, a message is sent to the level 1 pagers in that area. Usually these pagers are carried by the CNA staff, and the message will show the room number, the time of the call, and the type of call station, such as a bed or a bath. If the call has not been cleared in 4 minutes, the original pagers will receive a repeat message. If the call has not been cleared in 8 minutes, a message will be sent to the original pagers and the nurse on duty. If the call has not been cleared in 12 minutes, the system will stop paging the CNAs and the nurse on duty and begin paging the administrator every 4 minutes until the call is cleared. So, how do we clear the call before it escalates to the administrative staff? Let's roll that timer back to the 4-minute mark so you can clear the call before the nurse on duty and the administrator are alerted. This step is simple. The moment you walk in the room, go to the wall device and clear the call. In this case, a bed station has been activated, so the staff member presses and holds the black cancel button until the red light goes out. We'll spend more time on this process later. The moment a staff member uses the cancel button to clear the call, the escalation timer stops. When the call has been canceled, the CNA pagers will display the cancel message for that call. Now that we understand the Vision Pro process, you're probably asking yourself how you find and read the messages sent to your pager. Let's find out. This is the Apollo Gold pager, which will be assigned to you at the beginning of your shift. Before we read the new message on your pager, let's talk about some of the symbols on the home screen. Notice the triangles at the top of the screen. Each triangle represents a message on your pager. This pager has 5 messages. We can tell that the messages have been read at some point because they are all solid. If the triangle is flashing, then the message is new and has not yet been read. The first triangle has a solid line under it. This means that a repeat message was sent. You should also see a time and date stamp at the bottom of the screen, an audio symbol on the left, and a battery symbol on the right. We'll talk about these more later. The pager has some buttons, too. The right and left arrow buttons are called the select buttons. They are used to scroll from one message to another or to scroll from one pager function to another. The right arrow will be used to confirm any questions that appear on the screen. The function button is located in the middle of the pager. This button will allow you to access functions for each message or functions from the home page, which will affect the pager itself. The read button is located on the right side of the pager. This button will open a message so that you can read it. The read button will also backlight the pager screen when you press and hold it. Let's try that now. Much easier to see, right? Now that you're familiar with the pager, let's read the message. Your pager is alerting. Press the read button once to stop the alert and again to open the message. This message gives us a lot of information about the call. I can see that this is the 5th message on my pager. It is a call from a bed station in room 323, and it occurred at 11:15 this morning. Great job reading the message. But what if you want to delete that message? It is important to delete the messages periodically because the pager can only hold so many. When the top line of the LCD screen is filled with triangles, the pager will not be able to receive a new message until some of the current messages are deleted. The total capacity of messages can vary since repeat messages are shown as one message. So watch the top of your screen and make sure that it doesn't fill up with triangles. Here we see the message about room 323 that we just read. To delete this message, press the function button. This will show us the function menu. You'll see that there are a couple of new icons at the bottom. Press the right or left select button to scroll through the menu options. Stop when you see the words Message Delete. Press the function button to choose this menu option. Notice that the pager is asking if you want to delete. Use the right select button to select this choice. Great! You deleted the last message. Notice at the home screen that there are now only 4 triangles to represent the 4 messages that are still on the pager. Well, you deleted one message, but you're probably wondering now if you can delete all the messages at once. As you saw in the last lesson, it takes a few steps to delete the messages one at a time. Don't worry, there's a faster way. You can delete all the messages that you have already read at the same time. Notice that I said the messages you have read. The pager will not delete any messages that you have not opened first. Flashing triangles at the top of the screen indicate a message that you have not opened. These messages will not be deleted. So it's a good idea to open and scroll through all your messages first. Okay, ready to delete all 4 of those messages at the same time? Make sure that you're on the home screen and then press the function button. Notice the new menu icons and the words up or escape. Press the right or left select button to scroll through the menu options. Stop when you see the words Delete All. Press the function button to choose this menu option. Notice that the pager is asking if you want to delete all. Use the right select button to select this choice. Great! You deleted all the messages. So you've heard some alert noises each time the pager receives a new message. Did you know that you can change this alert sound to different tones, music, or even set the pager to vibrate? Let's find out more. You may find that the default alert tone is not grabbing your attention. It's easy to change the alert tone to another tone, music, or add a vibrate mode. Do not set the pager alert to either silent or sleep mode, as this could prevent you from seeing any new messages arriving on the pager. To change the alert tone, begin at the home screen that shows the date. Press the center function button. Press the right or left select buttons until you see the words Set Alert. Press the center function button to open the Set Alert menu. You will notice 4 symbols on the left. From the top to the bottom, these symbols are tone, music, silence, which means vibrate, and sleep, which we do not want to use. Press the center function key to move the arrow to the desired alert type. In this case, we will choose music. There are 8 music choices. Use the right select button to move the cursor to the desired music alert. Press the read button on the left to assign the music as your new pager alert sound. It is important to remember that the purpose of the alert tone is to grab your attention so that you'll be alerted to the new message on the pager. The third menu choice is silent, which is vibration. We do not recommend this setting. Try using the second choice for silent, which is vibrate then beep, as shown here. This setting could be used on the night shift, but it's not recommended for day shift when other noise and activity could make the vibrate beep option harder for you to detect. Great job on setting the new alert tone on your pager. But how will you change the time and date on the pager? Let's find out. Each pager holds its own time and date stamp. If the battery dies or it's replaced, you could lose the correct time and date for your pager. This does not affect the function of the pager at all, but it could be confusing to see the incorrect date and time on the home screen. So let's correct this time and date, which are clearly wrong. Press the center function button to access the main function menu. You'll see the words up or escape. Press the right or left select buttons until the set time phrase appears. Press the center function button to view the set time function. Now we can change the settings for the time and date. In our case, the hour is correct since the current time should read 12:35. So we'll move the cursor over to the first minute digit. Press the right or left select buttons to move the cursor from the hour digits to the minute digit. Now press the center function button 3 times to change the first minute digit from 0 to 3. Repeat the steps above to move to the second minute digit. Press the right select button once to move the second minute digit. Press the function button 5 times to change the second minute digit from 0 to 5. Now we'll select AM, PM, 24-hour, month, and day using the exact same steps. I'll change these for you. Press the read button to activate the time and date that we just corrected. Great job changing the time and date. Now let's talk about the battery. You may have noticed that there is a battery gauge symbol in the upper left corner of the pager screen. This symbol will indicate if the battery is full, half full, or empty. When you notice that the battery gauge displays the empty symbol, immediately replace the battery with a new AA sized battery. Check with your supervisor for the location of replacement batteries. Some pager styles have a locking pin that must be unlocked before sliding back the battery cover. Be sure to check for this locking pin on your pager case. In the last 7 segments, we've concentrated solely on the pager itself, but as you know, the most important part of the process is clearing the alarm at the device where it's been set. Let's see how that's done. There are 3 main types of alert stations: pendants, bath pulls, and bed stations. You must use a stylus or a closed pen to press the small cancel button on the lower left corner of the pendant. Press and hold for 2 seconds. The light will blink once and disappear. You will receive a cancel page to confirm that the cancel has been successful. To clear the bath pull station, simply push the red lever back into place. The light will go out. You will receive a cancel page to confirm that the cancel has been successful. To clear the bed station, press and hold the black cancel button for 2 seconds. The light will go out, and you will receive a cancel page to confirm that the cancel has been successful. Some of the communities are using resident check-in. Let's find out more about check-in. Some communities use a resident check-in process to assure that the independent and assisted living residents are awake and moving by a certain time each day. Depending on which community you work in, you may have residents walking past a motion sensor, pressing a button on the wall, or a sensor to check that the toilet's been flushed. Regardless of the type of device that is used for your check-in process, you will receive a list on the monitor of residents that have not checked in for the day. Follow your supervisor's instructions for contacting the resident: a phone call, a knock on the door, or a visit from security staff. Once you are sure that the resident is okay, simply double-click on the check-in line on the monitor to clear it. As you can see, we've cleared all the check-ins from this monitor. Great job clearing the resident check-in line. That brings us to the 10th and most important point of all: your own very important role in the entire process. Without you, and your care and concern for the residents, all of this technology is just that, technology. You are the heart that holds it all together. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. Dr. Seuss. Thanks for all you do.